make a fool of himself.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, 3, 2, 1, lift off. There we are. Oh shit, Bill's gone. Where the fuck did he go?
Where is Bill? Hello, Bill. Where are you?
I'm coming.
Oh,
Heard him.
heard him. He had to go change his diaper. There he
No.
is.
So, how's everyone doing tonight?
Wait, I gotta get ready for a second here. Wait a sec.
Low volume here. There we go.
Oh,
You gotta get ready.
Oh,
What are you fucking? You better not have your shirt on.
Shit. Oh shit. So, forewarning everybody out there, if we shit talk half as much as we did during the pregame, then you guys are in for a treat.
Mark's gonna shit talk. So
Oh my god, you got the fucking headband on. Come
I
on.
got a new book to read today.
Kareem Abdul jerk off.
Yeah, right. You got like LeBron, man.
That's a good book, I heard.
It's a very good
It's a
book.
decent book. So, how's everyone doing tonight? Or today?
Spectacular. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Thanks for asking. That's very nice of you.
You're welcome. I can't see you, but I hope you're doing well.
Mark
Well,
pulled the bill, it looks like.
So, we got some people out there in chat world. Let's give them a little bit of a shout out. How about we?
Wait, before we do though, Mark, close your eyes and listen to Bill talk. Tell me he doesn't sound like Saul from Breaking Bad.
I think Mark might have froze.
Go ahead, Bill. Say
Oh
something.
no, we got Robo Mark.
We got Robo Mark. Holy shit, someone else.
Well, he's in Maine, so I get it. You know.
Oh,
He's
shit.
in Maine. He's covered in oh shit, he booted.
Oh, I got Steve, and Bowen's gone. Good.
All that really matters in this world, man.
So what's up, boys?
Not shit, man. Just chilling. Well, we got some let's do a little bit of a shout out at the moment. Got Subaru Nerd Vapes, got Show and Tell, fictitious character. What up, buddy boy? We got We609, Mailman Vapes 2, what's up, other buddy boy? Philly Vapes, of course, and True Flavor. I think that's about it.
Actually, since I'm using my phone, I'm gonna go to YouTube and
Dustin Kendall.
I'm gonna follow the
That's what I'm doing
comments.
right now, Scott. I use my phone and I bring up YouTube and just watch the chat on my computer.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Go for it.
What do you guys think about vape models?
They're hot, but I don't think they.
That's well. Let me ask.
Wait. In what regard?
Okay, let me ask. Do you think that they are? Do you think they positively help the vape community, or do you think that they bring it down, or do you think they're just nothing in the background?
I think it's indifferent.
I think probably mostly what's in their brain. It's static. There's nothing there because honestly, I don't care how hot a chick is. She's not going to make me buy a mod. Mostly what's in their brain. It's static.
Right.
There's
Sorry.
nothing there.
Well, the reason I ask, I just wonder, like, what the fuck do they have to do about vaping? Half of them probably don't really vape, and I think to myself, they got all these followers, but they don't do anything positive for the vape community, where they could get they could get their voice out there if they really wanted to, because a lot of them have upward of, you go on Instagram, they could have anywhere 27,000 followers and up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, their contribution is reeling people in.
Sure.
That's
You know what I mean?
We
They
know
might
people.
not- I mean,
Honestly, would you buy a mod just because a hot chick's holding it and makes a blowjob face every time she blows out vape? I'm not. I don't buy mods because of them. I mean, granted, I wish they would use them to get the word out for advocacy. Yeah, I think they would do that. But honestly, I think they're more into how much money they can make.
Well,
Right.
what I feel about it is, like, I won't buy a device because of them, but they are still visually pleasing to look at while you're trying the device. And if I like it and want to buy it, it ain't going to be because of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I don't know. It's just an interesting question I thought I'd ask you guys.
So Fictitious said dirty pussies need love too. Just want to shout out Jay Hayes, who's
Sure.
in the chat.
What's up, Jay?
So
I was just talking to Jay. What up, Jay?
here's my thing. Like, I totally get both viewpoints on this. I personally like. I'm the type of guy who tries to like see both sides always, regardless of what my fucking viewpoint is. Mine is that it gives at this time in the infancy of vaping, I think that it gives a bad impression from an outsider to see the girls in the bikinis and shit. And are they eye candy? Sure. Very few of them, however, like actually do anything productive for the community. Peachy is one who I know she does productive things for the community. But so it's not all of them, but many of them, Pandora's probably the biggest example. Sorry that I said a name, but one thing I wanted to ask Steve though is, did something you came into that like you had an experience or something you saw or heard or something?
Well, I get on Instagram and I think to myself, because we've talked about this before. Instagram for some reason doesn't seem to convert to YouTube, and then I see all these vape models and they have all these fucking followers for just being half naked and doing nothing to really better any brands other than to show themselves half naked. Or even one the other day, it came up in my news feed. She was basically naked, dude, no clothes at all. So it's like, I'm thinking, how does that positively help anything? Yes, that's cool. She's naked, but I don't really see how that helps anything. But that's just why I was thinking about it the other day, and I was going to ask you guys what you thought.
I think it's more a marketing ploy than anything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a marketing ploy. Honestly, from my point of view, honestly, I don't think models help any advertising for anything, really. Like Scott said, they're visually pleasing, but no offense, it's not like she's going to come over and give me a date because I bought the shit she's advertising. So
there are some exceptions though, where some models like live and breathe vaping, and they truly do care about the community, and they're like, I can't think of her name, but she's always rocking my pods.
Pandora?
No, not Gina. Is her name Gina? The Buffalo Juice girl.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's really passionate about what she does. Like, she, and I appreciate that. Like, I had a conversation with her. She's friendly with Bear, and I had a conversation. We all had a conversation with her at Foxwoods last year, I believe it was. And she was really, really sweet girl, really into what she does. And, she helps out the companies that she represents. So there are exceptions to every rule. I think in like the automotive world too, I think they serve a better purpose than the vaping world, for example.
I don't know why everybody's talking about steak and onions, but Mark said, I bought a ton of Salty Dog last year at NVE just because there was hot chicks there. And Show and Tell Vape said, I prefer to get my pussy from the Avenue.
Well,
isn't Mark supposed to be on the video with us?
Yeah, I told him to join back whenever he wants, but apparently he's ignoring me, so I don't know.
Well, so, we're going to do a buffet right now. If anyone wants to show what they're rocking right now, that'd be cool. That's an invitation for anyone to really show what they have.
I'll start it. Cycloid. There you go. Go ahead, Scott. You can take it.
I got my Orion, my Good Stuff, and my Nord.
Wait, what's the middle? What's the middle one?
It's the good stuff. That's all you need to know.
Sure. It looks interesting.
Very, very pleasing.
Yeah. That's a good slogan. Very, very pleasing.
Mark said his phone's charging. Give him a few.
Jerk.
Who's still got to go?
You do.
I got running my Cycloid Ultim 2.1 pruning box. And just like Scott, I got my Orion and my Artery Pal 2.
How do you like the Pal 2?
I actually really like it. I figured out a trick with it. I was getting Nick sick doing most of the Nick salt. So what I've been doing is I've been mixing some of the freebase with the Nick salts and dropping it like severely down, and it's been a lot better since then.
Is anybody rocking an SX Mini?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about them?
Sucks.
I like it.
Really, really. I like it too. They're making a new coil.
They are?
They are making a new pod for it. I confirmed it today with the sales girl over there at I don't know if it's GD or SX.
So I should say this though to preface it. So I do like it, right? But I had higher expectations.
I did too.
Because I thought that it was going to be like a true competitor to the Orion, and the fact, I don't know, the Orion just had a lot more features, and I felt like I expected more, right? They got that whole chipset in there, and you can't.
Well, there's nowhere to go with it. Like it's a screen that has a bunch of numbers on it. That's it.
Yep.
I thought it was going to be adjustable. I thought there was going to be a little bit of airflow, just a little.
Yeah.
But I like mouth to lung, so.
I've been thinking about drilling holes through the fucking side of mine.
Me too, dude. I have actually been thinking that too.
I ain't tried it.
You guys sound like you want to cuddle.
I would never cuddle with him.
Son of a bitch.
What's his name? JD over at Otis Design. They're almost ready for the game.
Now, how many you think? If they sell more than 10, I'll be very, very surprised.
After that last shit?
He asked me if I'd beta test one of them. I told him, when you build some, let me know. I'll take one.
Yeah, well, just make sure you get the working model.
Jesus.
Listen, man, they really fucked that up so badly. Like,
yeah, they did.
What are we talking about?
I don't think they'll come back from it.
The boxer.
The boxer.
Sure.
And then honestly, between you and I, it's the way they tried to fix that was kind of a sideways slap in the face.
We're on a live stream. What do you mean between you and I?
What's that?
Between you and you and you and you.
He said between you and I, and we're all on a fucking live stream right now.
Honestly,
2 months away, dude.
I think they screwed that up.
They're still 2 months away from getting a working version of it.
Hey,
Yeah.
we 609 said Vicious Ant's coming out with a pod system.
Yeah, I heard that. It's also going to use the DNA Go chip.
So is Squid.
Really? I call dibs, Bone.
So is Squid Industries. Should have it by March.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That one. Forgot that one.
Old
That's
Squid.
the
Yeah.
one that kind of looks like the Orion, right?
Yeah, it looks like the Orion.
It's a lot
Yeah,
like
but you gotta worry because some of the pod systems that are coming are going to be late to the show, of course. But there's that fine line of waiting and improving on the existing systems, and then completely missing the curve. You know what I mean? Missing the boat on it.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I kind of fell away from the pod systems. I really ain't been using them that much.
It's like all I use.
Yeah, it's
A lot
the
of
same
people.
here.
I use my pod more than anything because I'm at work.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, I can't use anything but a pod because they get pissed off if I blow huge clouds standing outside.
You
Sure.
need a V stealth. Ooh, that's another one. Mark, I should get some of those, don't you think?
No.
Why not?
We might as well have chapstick, dude.
They
We'll
were
just
selling
hollow
those things by the Bill.
Why don't you- I have this
tell
smoke
them.
buddy.
They were selling those things by the hundreds.
Yes, they were. They were. Those things were sailing away from that table.
What the hell's a V stick?
The V stealth, the chapstick thing you blow in and it dissipates the clouds.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I picked up a smoke buddy after Bill has one, I think.
I know.
Yep.
You showed it to me in Vegas.
Yeah, I picked one of them up at like Spencer's Spencer's store, you know? Yeah.
They're good. They're good. Wait, I gotta go get one. Hang on.
Hey, look at this shit.
Is that the new biochip?
Yep.
That thing is pretty.
It's fucking cool, man. The juice filters down from the top. It actually goes right onto the coil.
Oh, kind of like dwarf.
Yeah, sort of.
That's for Steve.
Thanks, man. And it's number 007. like James
Let me
Bond.
guess. Did you only get one of them? That's
Yeah.
just one of them.
I just got one, man. That's it.
Louis
Bowen,
Nicolette.
you got to do your buffet, bro.
Oh my God, you don't want mine. I got fucking everything, dude. I got the SX, I got the Nord, I got the Pawn.
I want a pawn. I was second on the fucking randomizer last night. I was pissed.
Yeah, I got this 18650 one. It's pretty neat.
That thing's nice, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
I mean, it's not $650 nice, but it's nice.
Wait, what's the RDTA on top? Is that the biatch?
No, it's all built in.
Oh, it's built in. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
You get the whole thing, the cap, the tube, all that shit.
Dude, that shit looks dope.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. The 350s look cool too, and Dylan's doing those sleeves for them so you can switch up the colors and everything.
He did a good job on those. There's just not enough pawns out. That's the problem.
That's the first time I've seen that shit.
He only releases like 4 every 4 months. But what
Does
else,
that fall
boys? What's happening?
Does that fall under last week's discussion of what is high end?
Yeah, this is a good time to talk about that with these two guys here.
What is it?
What is it?
What is high end? What makes high end? You guys run a group that almost exclusively sells stuff that many would consider high end. What do you guys?
High end denotes hard to obtain products over a certain monetary value that gets hype beyond belief. Well, not always hype, but I think you define it as highly touted mods that everybody wants, and they give them out in batches of 20, and you got to wait months at a time.
Pretty much anything that's sold on Triple M. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody with any group basically that's a private modder is like the cusp of high end, I think.
Jai says that the elite equals high end.
I'd say this is high end right here. This Palm BF, that shit's high end.
Yeah,
That's high end. This is high end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, I think last week Steve had a really good. I think Steve probably explained it best.
We got the high end shit right here.
Yeah.
That's smock, man. That's almost as nice as my Fuchai.
That's some you're just high end. That's what that is.
These things are phenomenal.
I love
I had one for a month and a half, and you know what? I let it burn out. I let go of it because I like the fact that I like the artery too more than I like the Nord.
Really, I hate the artery.
Oh, I like the artery. You don't like the artery?
Hate it.
Really?
Mark doesn't like fucking anything.
Yeah, he's miserable. He's miserable.
If it costs less than $200, it ain't for Mark.
It was a mistake bringing him on the show.
Thing is 30. I paid $30 for that. Fuck out of here.
No, Scott charged you $200 for it. I heard.
I didn't buy that from Scott.
No, I know.
200.
I got it on Triple M, dude.
The fuck is Triple M? What am I missing?
Yeah, what the hell is Triple M?
Mikey's Mod Mart. It's like the high-end auction site.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've been to that
Okay.
site before. That group. But yeah, Eric, you didn't really do a buffet if you'd like to do one.
Okay, well, that'll take a while. Here, I'll try to do it the quick way like Mark did it. I've got 3 Orions in front of me.
Just 3?
I've got my fourth one I left at home. I got my Yeehee thing, shit majig. This guy that I'm trying out for review, the Famo Vape Magma, looks like everything else. And no, this is Famo Vape. This is the Magma, but it basically
It's like a poo-poo too.
yeah.
Does it hit like a volcano?
Magma. Laser beams. And then this is a very underrated RTA already, even though it hasn't been out that long, in my opinion. The Frisia from Dan Vape is on there. And then I have the Wicked on the dual top side. And I have the basic 1.1 on my Tiny. Whoop, whoop. That I got the basic from Squonk America, just saying. And then I got my Jenna on my single top side.
What's the topic today, politician?
Well,
so we got the Mako. There's high end for you.
What do you got?
I
well,
don't even want to fucking
I
fire
can't
them.
see, Mark. I can't see you, dude.
well,
the
you don't know how to
makeup.
use electronics, Scott. That's your own fault.
It's a
Not my
Mako.
fault. You use this shitty platform.
Oh, okay.
I think the Mako was the only regulated mod that I would want to rock. I don't rock many regulated.
I haven't even fucking fired it. I don't even want to.
Is that for the show? Is that for the show?
We're gonna be dropping one too in the next couple days.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I wanted to do some more shout outs real quick. Louis Nicolette is in the chat with his beautiful hair.
Nice hair, man.
True Flavor 74, Mailman Vapes 2. We might already got Mailman Vapes. Dave Buckley. Did we?
So wait a second. Can we call back to the earlier discussion? Would Gisette be considered vape model because she is an attractive woman and she does put a lot of content out.
Is Gisette here?
Yeah, she's
loyal.
in chat.
Yeah.
True Flavor 74 is just set.
And she is fiercely dedicated to the vaping community. So
I wouldn't
consider her one of the red
consider
ones.
her a vape model. She's a high end admin.
High end all day.
I mean,
yeah.
it's no different than Victor or anybody else. You know what I mean? Posting mods, and just because she's beautiful, I mean, you know what I mean? That doesn't make her a model.
But she's got the high end. She's got the passion for it, though. You know what I mean? Like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like she knows everybody. Everybody knows her. She's kind, warm-hearted to everybody. That's like you don't get that from the girls at the shows. You know, that's not like they
right,
get to know
right,
you.
exactly. That's what there's the line right there.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. She's the rare exception to the rule.
She's not a fucking a number girl holding up the number in between the boxing match. You know what I mean?
She said that her mom lost a lung to cancer, so she's passionate about it. So I'd say that's enough right there.
Exactly. I agree.
I think, because we were talking about the vape models, I just feel like those people wouldn't even talk to anybody about vaping. You know what I mean? They're just in it for the cash.
They're there to do a job, and when the job's over, they're gone.
I was joking about the salty dog thing, but for real, when I was there last year, they had 2 models, and they didn't know shit. They weren't vaping, none of that shit. They were just hanging around to draw.
Light black dress.
Dude, at Vegas, there was like a group of 3 of the vape models outside smoking cigarettes. I was like,
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? They had their passes on and everything. I'm like, fuck, at least try to hide. Damn.
That's the kind of shit that I don't like that. That's like
One of the hot chicks at the dinner lady booth, and all she wanted to do was talk about her Instagram. I was like, are you kidding me? She didn't even want to talk about the juice.
well, that's what they want because they make money off
That's what their job is, yeah.
She's a nice lady, Jessica. That's the one we were speaking to, right, Phil?
Yeah.
He said she's a nice lady.
She is. She's a nice lady. She's where we get the PBJ from. Everything.
Yep.
Oh. All right, well, that's different.
Mark should leave the show. Gonna get us in trouble,
Hey, so let me ask you something else that's a little bit more serious about the news recently. There was a kid who had, I guess, his vape exploded and he died. So I think, and I seen something today. They tried to show it as a regulated mod, which kind of pissed me off because I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
That's like they're giving out false news that a regulated mod's going to explode on you. I mean, I guess it could, but
is that
They'll
the one
take
where
any chance they can get.
There's the original story of that when it first came out. The shop owner said he would not suggest him using setup, and he couldn't offer him any assistance on using that setup. And the kid went out to his car and used it anyway.
Yep. So the kid went into the shop. So apparently he bought the device from another shop. Bill's absolutely right. He went to a different shop because the other shop, whatever, he was having issues. So he went to this other shop and they said, the condition that's in, that is not safe. We can't help you with that. I'm sorry. You got to not use that thing, basically. And the kid went out to his car, ignored what the guy said, which, rest in peace. It's a sad
That's
story.
what I was going to say, man.
I'm not trying to say that, because this kid, obviously whoever sold it to him at first didn't make sure he was educated.
So how'd he die? I didn't even see this story.
It said like something exploded, went through his carotid artery in his neck or something, I guess, and bled out. So yeah, I mean, rest in peace to that kid, because don't get it twisted, he did die. So that's
and
awful.
if you listen to the video interview, they talked to his mom or his grandmother. It was someone related to him. They left that piece in his neck for almost 24 hours before they pulled it out. That's me being an ex-trauma medic. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't leave parts in bodies once you make it to a hospital. So number one, that's a screw up. Number two, I noticed that the original story, which absolved the vape shop of any wrongdoing because they advised the kid not to use it, that story has since disappeared now. Now it's just, he died using a vape. That's it.
Well, I mean, like I said,
I didn't see this. When did this happen?
Like 10 days
recently.
ago?
Yeah.
Where?
I seen it on Instagram, and then I seen it on YouTube. I saw the news article that it was like a local news, and the lady was holding a regulated box, and they were talking about the kid that passed away, and it had some weird title underneath, and then basically, I don't know. I don't know
what state was it in?
Texas.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the lady they interviewed, his mom or grandmother, whoever it was, she didn't blame the vape. She didn't blame the vape company. She blamed the hospital for leaving that piece in his neck for so long. And that, like I said, that's gone. It's disappeared. So now they've turned this article into fear-mongering because now they're just saying a vape just blew up and killed a kid. That's what it's been reduced to.
That's what the media does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they would have went that way anyway, whether he died or not.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So wait, he didn't die till he was in the hospital?
Correct.
He died 24 hours later in the hospital.
What piece was it that was in his neck?
It was
it must have been a metal tube or something, right?
No, I believe they said it was part of the atomizer, but it was honestly, they never said exactly what it was. They just said part of the atomizer was in his neck. And I'm thinking it might have been a piece of glass or some shredded metal, or maybe one of those old 3-post Addies where one of the pins blew out.
Jesus Christ.
They shouldn't have left that.
Yeah.
That's sad, though. Poor guy, family.
So Jay said it was the top part of the tank, the top cap. Also want to say what's up to Vapor Swaggins, who said that he loves Bill's passion.
What up, Swaggins? And I don't think we shouted out Kimmy Vapes either, but what's up, Kimmy? But yeah, that's just an awful story, you know, and I hate to see the news twisted around to make vaping look so dangerous to people who want to go from smoking to vaping. You know what I mean? They're going to think, damn, that kid,
dude,
that kid died.
I stayed on like cartomizers and sub-ohm tanks forever because I was petrified of RDAs, because I bought into the media hype, right? I bought into the whole thing, and I always felt like if I used anything other than which is so stupid now that I know better, but and I was scared of mechs for a long time, right? But once you learn, it's like, you know, there's inherent danger with any electronic device. You're not putting those devices to your face normally. That's true. But you always should be careful with any electronic device to make sure that batteries aren't torn or components don't get wet or those type of things. It's not just vaping.
Samsung phones were exploding.
Jay just said that you know how many iPhones explode per year? A double what with mod.
Sure.
Yep, and cigarettes with fires caused by cigarettes, it's outrageous.
Fuck fire,
Yeah,
man.
but-
People die every day from just smoking alone, let alone setting them on fire.
So actually,
Yeah.
Tobacco Control did a study, and if every smoker switched to vaping over the next 10 years, up to 6.6 million lives could be saved in just the United States.
But yet they're trying
6.6
to
million.
But yeah,
Oh yeah, remember this mailman vapes and remember the hoverboards when those fuckers were catching on fire?
Oh yeah, I remember. That's like
Burning people up.
that was right around the time that I said it, but the S7s, the Samsungs were doing the same shit. They were catching on fire in people's fucking pants.
But I noticed that kind of faded away because, no offense, e-cigarettes are one thing to attack, but you can attack cell phones because you can't tell everybody, hey, put down the cell phones. Don't use them anymore. That ain't never going to happen.
No.
Oh,
You got a
Scott.
better chance of getting a glass of ice water in hell.
Yeah. So this leads me to another subject. So I just put a video up over on youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor. And so Washington State, where I'm at, which in some ways, like I'm not going to lie, like this is going to sound extremely conceited, but I was involved in politics for a long time and it was here, obviously, and I know a lot of the people who co-sponsored these fucking bills, which sucks in one way, but in another way, I'm also gonna go fucking talk to them. But so check this out: what they're trying to pass in Washington State, all these at once, this legislative session. Number one, a 95% retail tax on all vapor products, not just vapor products containing nicotine. So that means for every $1 you spend, you get taxed 95 cents. $100 product now becomes a $195 product. So that's number one. Number two, they're trying to ban all flavors, and that includes tobacco flavors. So literally only PG, VG straight would be legalized.
Oh, because that's good.
Right. And then they're also doing a couple other things like Tobacco 21, which there's even a big debate on that within the vaping scene, whether that's a okay thing or not, right? So I'm not going to consider that like the end of the world type shit. And there's also like a mandatory recycling program. So manufacturers, the bill reads weird, so I don't know if it's manufacturers only or vape shops too, but either way, they would have to create a recycling program and track the products they were taking in to recycle, and that includes all vapor products, devices, batteries, empty bottles, empty pods, all of it, right?
That's not bad, though.
No, that's not necessarily bad. I was going to say, Phoenix right now, I know we already take back batteries all the time when they're damaged and dispose of them. We are looking at creating a system for like disposable pods and stuff too. So we had already looked into doing something very similar. So that one's not bad either. But the 95% tax and ban all flavors, including tobacco, like we've seen these flavor bans out there where they allow tobacco. This would even ban tobacco. The guy his name is Jerry Paulette, he's out of the Seattle area. He's a complete douchebag, just to be frank. And basically, he's done this multiple times every year for like 5, 6, 7 years. He tries to pass these things. And initially, he's like high up. I forget what he does at the University of Washington. And he used to write these laws to where the money would benefit the University of Washington. I haven't been able to tell. I've researched a little bit, quite a bit, but I don't think the tax money would go specifically to the University of Washington this time. But yeah, this kind of shit is popping up everywhere. And now there's, I think I heard 430 locales with bills that are trying to, meaning cities and states and all that, that are trying to pass. It's fucking on, guys. Like shit's getting real.
My fear, like what you're saying, is with them doing away with the flavors. My big fear is that's going to play into their hands about ultimately squashing e-cigarettes. Because, being brutally honest, there's going to be some retards out there who have no flavor, and they say, "Oh, I'm going to get some VGPG. I'm going to make my own cola flavor," and they're going to pour Pepsi in their fucking atomizer with this shit. They're going to kill themselves, and then all the law writers are going to go, "Whoa, look at this! He just killed himself by vaping," and it's going to play right into their hands.
Wait, so which state did you say this was in, Eric? You said multiple ones, but you said it's happening in Washington?
Yeah, Washington State, where I'm at, and it was shocking to me because the management here at Phoenix, they're very involved in advocacy. They all keep up on it, and when they first showed it to me, and I start looking at the names, they're like fucking campaigns I managed and helped get them into office, and I've stepped away from politics quite a bit in the last year, so I haven't been as on top of it. But it was gut wrenching to see people you help get elected to have them be supporting these bills. Yeah,
it's a shame.
So
But
I mean,
Trump's got a bill on his desk too, and if he gets rid of that, then FDA can go fuck themselves.
Which bill? Yeah, I saw you post on that. Can you talk more on that, Scott?
I can. I read through. I couldn't speak really well to it, to be honest with you. I read through it quickly, but it's basically to the tune of, you know, how he feels about the industry itself, and if he says it's really like FDA, yes or no. That's his role in it. So
yeah, it's basically the FDA sending him a fancy version of, "Do you want to be my friend? Check yes or no." That's it.
Pretty much.
Scott, PM me your phone number so I can send it to Joel for FedEx.
Say it again.
PM me your phone number so I can send it to Joel for FedEx.
Phone doing the video. Can I do it? I sent it to you already.
You don't have a fucking laptop right there, you old bastard. I can do all that shit right now.
so you little bit lighter topic. I know that what we were just talking about is super serious, but you guys are all going to NVE.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make it.
You're not?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Scott, Miss NVE, are you fucking high?
Well,
Yeah,
He better not.
I think I'll be there this year, Mark.
That would be the only reason I went to Delaware, was to fucking kick him in the nut.
Hey, I wouldn't have much more reason to come to Maine too than kick you in the nuts. So
That's why I came up here.
hey, at least neither of you are in West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
That place is garbage, man.
that's still a state.
Yeah, man, it's right next to the western part of Virginia.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, Brad lives in West Virginia.
That's fucking ginseng country, dude.
Yeah, it's West Virginia ginseng. That is a real thing. That's
It's big fucking money.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a big business if you can find it.
They fund the meth houses with that shit.
I see the movie Wrong Turn when I think about West Virginia.
Sure, I hear that a lot. Yep. Up in my mountain house. That's all we
So
really do.
interesting. Cloud King Cody said to you, Steve. You see that?
I was reading it, but I think it's already. I thought it was already that way.
Which, you know, I don't know. How do you guys? How do you guys?
Look, I've said it in the past, man. Like vaping, I swear, at least where I'm at, it's like alien technology. People don't use the shit. Everybody's smoking cigarettes, and that's about it. Or they're rubbing. They're gonna be rubbing, snuff, and that's about it, man. I mean, I don't know that many people that vape where I'm from personally. We have a couple shops, but they suck dick, and they don't know shit. But other than that, I mean, I know they raise the prices of cigarettes here often, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do that shit with vaping here too. I mean,
I don't know a whole lot of vapors around Delaware either, to be honest.
Where I work at there was literally nobody that vaped. And then, so I started making juice. That was like the first thing that I did. I started making juice. And so I kind of, got a few people into it. And then next thing you know, there was like 200 people there vaping. And it kind of fueled me to do what I do now, because I was just, I had so many people that wanted stuff. So I was always looking for stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, it started out, there was nobody vaping here 5 years ago. But now fucking half of the place I work at, there's 200 something people in there. And they probably, at least a good half of them have switched over to vaping.
That's a heroic tale.
true.
See, I believe that
They'll die from drinking, but
where I'm from, man, I feel like they all watch Fox News, and if they see this shit about vaping blowing up and shit, then it makes it even worse for around here. But I also believe that in West Virginia, if they can make money off of it and it's a business they think that's profitable, they'll keep it. You know what I mean? The laws usually benefit them in some way because West Virginia will tax the shit out of everything. So, I mean, that's usually how it is here, but I'm sure that's how it is everywhere, really.
Probably. The law's coming down. I mean, the thing is, it just drags on so long. Every state has this bill and that bill, and this one's going to happen, and this one's, I mean, but does it ever happen?
Yeah, it happened in New Jersey. I know Jay.
It happened in New Jersey, but how many times you hear about it, and where does it actually apply that it went through? You know? I mean, on a larger scale.
No, and you're absolutely right, and that's where you see a lot of burnout on advocacy in terms of people who've been involved in vaping for a long time, because there's always some new battle, some new regulation, some new law, and personally, I haven't been on the hobbyist side of vaping for so long that it's burned me out yet, but I can respect that there's people who have been burnt out on it because it's been going on forever. Ever since vaping became a thing, they've been trying to attack it. I mean, you're talking about an industry that flies in the face of some of the biggest industries in our country, with the tobacco industry and the pharmaceutical industry. Now the tobacco industry has kind of seen the future, and they're not as big of assholes about it, but they're still assholes. Fuck them. And but the pharmaceutical industry is now kind of, it seems, taking the bull by the horns, so to speak, and pushing it. And you look at the money going into the commercials and shit, and you just follow the motherfucking trails, and it points right back to actually the healthcare industry.
What is the monetary value of, say, the vaping industry as a whole?
I'm sure. You mean like I'm sure it's quite a bit, especially Juul itself. Juul itself
pharmaceutical is like a $500 trillion thing. What do you think? What do you say? What do you think vaping is?
Oh, vaping is tens of billions. It's not trillions.
Yeah, at least multi-billion.
I mean, I was thinking a couple billion, but I didn't think over tens of billions.
Well, I think Juul made like, I don't know. I thought Juul was worth in the billions on their own.
That's what I think, man. It is.
I'm sure they are.
If Vapors, if Swaggins is still in the chat, he might know. I know he knows this kind of.
And then on top of that, you probably have to add on the company that makes most of the juice. I'm sure it's worth a lot of money too.
Yeah,
it's got to be up there in the billions. It's got to be.
Yeah, but whatever you think it is, tobacco's fucking 300 times that.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, oh, absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
Especially because that's on a mass global scale, because you can buy cigarettes anywhere. I mean, you go in any gas station or any
here's
store.
the thing. The bottom line is, if the government starts benefiting from the industry, then away go our problems.
Sure. Well, that's when they start taxing the shit out of it.
Right.
That's where it starts. That's where it ends.
$1 in the UK right now, and the vaping market in the US is about 47 billion, excuse me.
I was talking to a guy today from Italy, and he said that he paid fucking 35 euros for a 100 ml bottle of Vape Tasia.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Right. Like 40
that's $40. Yeah. That's
well, Mark, don't you send like a monthly order of juice to somebody? Weren't you telling me that?
Yeah, well, don't be fucking listen, bro.
What?
Don't be incriminating me on fucking camera here, son.
What do you mean incriminating you?
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's not blowing up your spot. You want me to blow up your spot?
Oh.
Shit's getting real.
No,
I'm not going there because he could do the same thing with me. So.
Shit. No, yeah, I told him I'd give it to him for 30 euros.
It cost you that much to ship it.
Dave Buckley, who actually works here at Phoenix, he's one of the founders. He said, in my opinion, it takes a special kind of asshole to make vaping more expensive than smoking.
I agree with that, man. But that's what's going to happen, man. They're going to tax it.
And, and the government is that asshole, that special kind of asshole.
Because all they see is dollar signs, man.
Wouldn't you love to just see Trump say, "Fuck you, FDA"?
Yeah, I would.
Leave him alone.
Maybe he could build a wall around the FDA. That'd be cool.
There you go.
That's a great idea. That's a wall I'd support.
Yeah, man, that's a wall I'd support too, man.
Build that wall and fill it with water.
Sure. Getting violent, Bill.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's like not just death, but a slow, painful death.
We should go to an anti-vaping rally and just like throw 18 650s at them.
650 coming out of a 12 gauge would do.
Oh
yeah, hey, see, there you go. That's using your head, Billy. I like it.
Stepping up the violence there, Bill.
Yeah, seriously. I just went to throwing. He wants to have an assault.
Why don't we just put him in some socks and beat people to death, Bill?
Hey, that's a good idea.
Well, Dave,
don't mind the manual labor. I like to pull a trigger.
Dave in the comments was kind of going on our filling the walls with water thing and said if we get sharks with laser beams.
Lasers.
That sounds affordable.
I was gonna make. I won't. Okay.
Do you guys use a lot of CBD?
I
have some. I never tried it.
So I do, but I've been using CBD for a long time because of my painkiller addiction that was once a thing. I was actually in ICU with my lung collapse, and I woke up and they had a morphine drip in me, and I pulled it the fuck out of my own arm and told the doctors I wouldn't touch it. And ever since then, I've used a lot of CBDs. I have chronic knee pain from football and hockey injuries and shit, and I use like the lotions and I eat it.
Wait. You have knee pains with lotion involved?
No, I use the CBD lotion on my knees.
Sure.
That CBD, that cream, that stuff is real deal, man.
Yeah, it is.
Scott, you and I got in Vegas. That stuff was amazing.
What does it even do?
You want to know something, man? Though the stuff Brett Weiss makes at Swell CBD, it's even better than that.
Really?
It's so good. It like literally melts pain away.
That's my problem, because at my job I spend all day long half bent over doing casts on kids and reducing fractures. So my lower back's killing me all the time.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
I use it a lot.
Yeah, when he
Scott this day had bent over too.
Yeah, damn it, you took my fucking joke, Mark. Fuck you.
Hey, Mark, hey, as close as you are, I wouldn't talk about being half bent over.
Oh, just wait. Maddie's got 2 blow-up sheep for MBE, so.
Bah.
I'm not rooming with you anymore.
See, you don't have a choice.
You're right, I don't.
Where can one purchase these blow-up sheep?
Amazon, apparently. He sent me the receipt, so I know it's real.
Don't say apparently. You know you have the receipt.
He's done the research.
No, he brought one last year. We were doing live waffles with fucking the sheep in the background.
I don't know if it's cool or creepy.
Or both.
I don't know either. It's been a year, man. I can't stop thinking about it.
Well, listen, we'll come home with some stories this year, too, I'm sure.
I've been thinking about them sheep and deers.
A lot of people in West Virginia could benefit from those blow-up sheep.
Fucking save sheep lives, right?
Same sheep, different story.
Business opportunity, Steve.
Sure.
Steve's over there going, that's not just any man, that's my dad.
I could corner the market on this in here in West Virginia. I'd be a millionaire.
Do it. We'll do group buy on them.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, what's some shit on the horizon, fellas, in Squonk America?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Yeah, what ways do you guys plan to take my money this month?
Believe it or not, like things come, and Mark will tell you too, these things come up so quickly. Like there could be a Monday and I have nothing listed. And then by Wednesday afternoon, there's like 4 lists going. Like, so we have these little side discussions like, all right, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? And, you know, he'll come up with something. He'll come up with something. And we do it all. We do it all. It's just a matter of time to actually do everything. But this week, well, we got the 50/50s going now. The cotton, which can of cotton destroyed TFC.
Really?
Destroyed. It was like 155 to 85.
Yeah, Mark sent me a bag of that. It's pretty good.
It is really good. I was just surprised, and it's $2 cheaper. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I don't know. What do you, Mark? What do you have going this week?
Oh, I got all that Coil Master shit's up right now. People were looking for those ohm readers, so I put a little Coil Master together.
That's good. We did well on those last time.
You guys gonna be doing this shit soon?
Oh yeah,
What's that?
you just did that.
I just did that. I haven't submitted the order yet. You want more?
I don't need it. I still got another bottle left, but I am going to need some soon. As soon as I open that bottle, then yeah, I would like to order another one.
Well, the plan is, I mean, we're going to start distributing this stuff in the United States now. And once it gets to the point where we need it to be, we're going to have we're going to have it made here too. Stuart Stiles has been doing a lot of work with behind the scenes, trying to get everything approved and, you know, go through the red tape and everything. But, yeah, this stuff, and we're gonna have it at the show too, Mark and I, and the salts as well just came out. The only thing I don't like about the salts is not the flavor or anything to do with the juice, that it's in 10 ml bottles. So that's a regulation in the UK apparently, so there's no way around it. But once we get it here and everything is starting to be done on that front, then they'll be in normal 30 ml bottles. So
I'd like to try the salts because I got one of them 18350 mods and I want to use it on. I want to use some Nick salts on that.
I haven't even tried the Wick Liquor salts yet, but if it's anything like the juice,
milligram too. They're like 20 or something, right?
10 and 20.
I'd like the 10, man.
Yeah, I like the lower the lower concentrate. I don't want those 50 nicks.
Yeah, dude, I can't vape the 50 nick anymore. I can't, or even like the 45. I had such a massive panic attack a couple of weeks ago. You had one too?
Yep. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, I did, dude. It was, my girlfriend was laughing at me, calling me a pussy. When your girlfriend's calling you a pussy, there's a problem.
That's cool. That's real supportive, man.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I had a massive panic attack I was vaping the Orion and I had the wattage all the way up from E-Scribe and I had the 50 nick in there and god damn, dude, my chest was, I thought I was having I thought I was going to die. I was having a legit heart attack.
See, I don't get the panic attack. I got Nick sick. I went out for a 10-minute break and I was out there vaping. I just had a stressful day and I came back and my stomach was knotted up. I didn't feel good. So I sat in the back office doing jumping jacks, and my doctor asked me, he goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm trying to hurry up and metabolize this nicotine, you know, and try and get myself back on track because
I was." Roll his eyes at you?
No, actually,
he was like, "You should smoke. You better."
You need to raise your heart rate, and it'll metabolize the nicotine faster, so you get rid of that feeling.
Yeah, but then I feel like my heart's going to beat out of my chest even more.
Sure. Yeah. Well, wait.
So we're gonna have this too. Our daily bread. This is the new line from the Cloud Express guy. So it's like a cornbread, like what the hell is this shit called? Country Clouds.
Yeah, like the cornbread pudding.
Yeah, but it's way cleaner, dude. It tastes really good. He's got a blueberry, strawberry, and a regular cornbread one. So we'll be bringing that too. So those will be the only two juice lines we have is Wick Liquors and the ODB.
Smash Club.
I'll try.
Because yeah, we wanted to have something that nobody else had, and nobody else will have either one of these. And I'm so excited for this show. And just listen, publicly, I got to give a shout out to Bowen because he spent a lot of time getting a lot of these mods. I mean, I have some stuff, RDAs and some things and the juice, but Mr. Bowen spent a lot of time and effort getting all this stuff. So publicly, thank you, sir.
America.
America.
You can say you're welcome, dickhead.
America.
No, I'm saving that for the sheep. I'm gonna take my "you're welcome" out on that ass. Is what
Isn't
I'm
it
gonna
past your bedtime?
do. It is. It is.
Oh,
I gotta get up at
Final Jeopardy already go?
What time do you wake up?
4:30.
Oh,
Damn.
Hey, so let me ask you guys something.
Throw up hearing it.
It's kind of a I just want to see what you guys deal with when you guys vape in public. What most reactions do you guys get, or do people just not say shit? I guess is what I'm asking.
For me, I try not to do it where anybody's even gonna fuck with me. So
Yeah.
like I try and be stealth about it. The only time I'll like out and just vape is like if I'm not around somebody, or so for the most part I haven't heard much.
I'm the exact opposite. I try to be obnoxious with it.
So I used to be Scott, and now I'm Mark. When I first started vaping, like 7 years ago, when I first got one of those old school cartomizers, that was before they banned vaping indoors and all that shit, right? And I was actually at a movie theater. This will be a funny story for y'all. And I'm like 23. This is before, when I still had an edge to me, which I don't as much anymore.
What was that, last year?
No, I'm 31. Believe it or not.
Don't admit that, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Still got an edge. You still got an edge to you.
Well, I do, but it's a lot different now than it was then. But I'm at the theater. It was literally my first date with my current girlfriend, because we've been together for a while now. And we're at the theaters, and I'm vaping my shit. I walk out, and this like 50-year-old guy comes up and just pushes me. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, do you know what the fuck you just pushed? And she's like trying to pull me off, and I don't even know why we're fighting yet. I'm like, yelling in his face. And he's like, you're fucking vaping in the theaters, and I'm allergic to vape pens. What?
I would have punched him just for saying that.
What? And his wife hits him on the arm, and don't lie to the kid. You just didn't like it. And I'm like looking at him, and he just dips off. I'm screaming, and he just kind of dipped off. So, but other than that, like mostly since then.
So you caused a domestic violence that night, is what you're doing.
Yeah. Anytime I'm at the mall, somebody always says something like, "Hey, what are you vaping on, man?"
Well, the reason I ask is because I wasn't even really vaping. I went into an advanced auto, and I was going to pay, and I put my mod down on the counter, and the guy looks at me and goes, "That's going to kill you." And I said, "What do you mean it's going to kill me?" He said, "I watched the news. That's going to kill you." And I said, "Dude, no, it's not." He's like, "You can't tell me. I know that's going to kill you." And I just said, "You know what, buddy? You need to really educate yourself, because this shit is a lot less harmful than cigarettes, and that's all I'm going to say to you. I don't want to hear anything else." So
rusty bolts in the fucking car in the back and shit.
It's just that's the kind of shit that I get around here, at least. And another time I was vaping, and this woman was like, "You're giving me a headache. If you keep vaping around me, I'm getting a headache." And I said, "Well, I can give you some Advil."
I would have said, "Fucking deal with it."
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the kind of shit
that usually takes care of headaches.
Yeah, that's why I ask, because
I'm pretty confrontational, but in a situation like that, I'll just walk away. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can't walk away. It's like
all right.
I'm allergic to walking away in situations like that.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum from you guys. There is not a huge vaping community in Vegas. I mean, there's a lot of us, but it's not huge, and we don't all know each other. But almost 9 times out of 10, if I'm vaping in public, people will walk up to me and go, "Oh, what are you vaping on?" And then they want to ask all kinds of questions. What kind of mod is that? Because out here, everybody's got a fucking smock product in their hand, and I don't. And so I'll, like, the artery, I get a lot of questions about that. God forbid I'm holding something like the cycloid. I get tons of questions. They're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" So, I mean, I answer a lot of questions when I'm vaping in public.
When you go in the 9 out of 10 vape shops, that's what they have. So people that are vaping, like, it doesn't matter how big the community is. If that's all that's in the community and they don't know about these Facebook groups and all these, you know, different, they're not watching reviews on YouTube, that's what they get. I mean, they go, you know how many vape shops we have here where I'll go in and the guys have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And they're they're like trying to talk me into shit. And I'm like, do you know who the fuck you're talking to? Like, you know, and I'm trying to teach them shit, but they just won't listen. Mark, they're doing is selling.
I'll give you a really good laugh, Mark. I went up to, my wife was having heart surgery, so I was in St. George, or Salt Lake City, Utah. And I walked into a little vape shop, and I'm standing there holding a Limelight Bliss. And the guy there is trying to sell me a G-Box, telling me it's an upgrade because I'm not regulated and it's only one battery. And I was like, really? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
And he had no idea.
Same exact story, man. I thought they were going to start bowing to me, though, when they saw, like, oh, my God, where did you get this?
That kind of happened.
Oh, that's a piece of shit. It's plastic. It only has one battery.
Yeah, I would have said you're a piece of shit.
I feel like both of my vape shops where I'm at, they're like that. And I showed them a DNA 75 once, and I swear they would have thought it was like a Lamborghini or something, man.
Yeah.
None of them had ever seen one in person. And that's nothing against them because I get it. What's in a vape shop's what's in the vape shop. That's all they know. So, you know, they don't know you can go on mine.
Well, listen, that's part of our goal at NVE. A lot of shop owners, a lot of people that go into shops. I've never seen, you know, with the exception of MMM, I don't know a Facebook group that does what we do that have been in a show.
Sure.
You know, so education.
Yeah.
Well, the beauty of the group is that they all talk to us all the time. It's not, nothing's hidden. It's not an email with no personality. You know, they can PM us. I mean, we might get a little ticked off every once in a while and have a little attitude or something here and there, but that's because we're getting PMs 9,000 fucking times a day. But we always talk, and people don't get that. Customers don't get that. They don't get to, you know, call
they
out
don't get the interactive sense.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
if they got a problem before they go to bed and they leave a message and I see it first thing when I wake up and I check all my messages and I start answering back, you know, then they get that answer right off the bat. And it's not like waiting for a fucking email where they're like, oh yeah, we got it. We'll talk to you within 24 hours. And then 72 hours later, they send you something. You know, it's a whole different world.
That's kind of what, and yeah, Mark's right. That's kind of what we do. And but the message that I want to get out more is that, you know, it doesn't have to be high end.
No,
there's nothing that well, I shouldn't say nothing, but there's very little that we can't get somebody if they ask us for it between both of us. There's just not high end, low end, whatever, you know.
This came from you guys. I mean, this isn't high end. I've got plenty of other things laying around. The PAL 2.
Steve's got the
from
basic. You're about to have the Poet.
The PAL 2 and the Orion. I got both from you guys.
So yeah, I mean, whatever it may be. I mean, but people don't know that. People that go into a shop 3 days a week don't know that there's, you know, a couple of guys on Facebook that, you know, hey, shoot them a message. You'll have it in your mailbox in 48 hours.
Jay said, I know something.
What?
I said Jay said he knows something.
Yeah.
I can get. Let's see. It was
Or Scotty.
What, a Jenna?
I want to see it.
What is this?
Yeah, I want to see what he says.
God damn it! Now I'm gonna try and get it tonight.
He said Zeus
box mod by Pico.
Oh yeah, nobody wants that bullshit anyway. Go ahead.
But can you get it, Mark?
I don't know. Probably not. I'll have to do a little searching, but
all right, we'll put our heads together on this one. Let's find
he
one.
said he offered $5K for one. Fuck that.
Well,
getting one isn't the hard part. It's trying to find someone to buy it from you. That's the hard part.
he said no one can get it. But Jay, you just did the review on the what the hell was that? It was like a
Stratum
mod. Was it? What was it?
Stratum, I think. Stratum.
No, it wasn't Stratum. It was made by that Italian guy. I can't think of the name of it. But I just watched the review.
Was it Strange Mods?
Yeah, I think it was Strange Mods. Maybe Jay will jump in.
I just watched Jay's review on the SX.
But anyway, so I mean, even that one, like I talked to the guy. I could have gotten as many as I wanted, but it's just, I mean, there's why, you know?
Well, like I said, man, there's stuff. There's always going to be stuff that we cannot get. You know what I mean? But from a scene of like what you'd find in a vape shop, there's not much.
Stranger Mod, yeah, such overpriced shit. Yeah, see, I talked to that guy, Marco, whatever the fuck his name is. But,
Belmont.
I mean, yeah, and he showed me the whole list, and I was like, nobody's ever going to buy this. I mean, that's the thing, though, is we're not going to just bring that just because it's fucking expensive. And, you know, maybe he'd even give us $1,000 off of it, you know, and we'd make $1,000 selling one. But that's not what it's about. I'm not trying to bring that, you know. I mean, we're not doing
it just to do it.
We've done, what did I did with David Stratum gave me the Royal DB RDA, which is, you know, it's a really expensive RDA, but they're nice. And, you know, I did a couple of them, and I know we have 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe more people that are into that kind of stuff. So I sold a few of them. I didn't make a ton of money on them. It wasn't about that. It was just bringing them into the group. But I mean, that's not our focus, is trying to get the most expensive, extravagant shit. But it's being able to get stuff that other people can't get, that they're working all day long and they can't, you know.
Or stuff that we know people want and ask for. Even if it's like, say, the Orion, for example. You know, everybody wanted to get in on one of these things. And so we brought it in. I mean, it's a $50 device. Same thing with the SX. Same thing with the PAL 2. Yeah. You know, they're popular devices. People ask for them, so we find them. It doesn't matter to us if it's a $200 Addy or a $20 mod.
But even on the higher end market, you guys killed it with the Killer Gun BF. You guys killed it with that one.
Killer Gun BF. We do tons. I've done tons of Limelights. I mean,
yeah, I'm so excited to get mine. Woo!
Yeah, boy.
Wait, can you guys ever do the Palm BF or no?
I talked to him. It's a possibility maybe at some point. But a lot of those are hard because they don't make enough for their own group.
Exactly. They only make batches of 10.
I mean, I bought mine off a secondary website because I could never get one.
Yeah, and I mean, so you know, a lot of the stuff goes like that. There's a lot of sites that are like the what's the other Italian guy? In a Quadro.
Yeah.
The IMO, that little 18350 tube. You know, I talk to him all the time. I was getting frames and all that stuff from him, but these ones he just can't do. He's got, you know, way too many people in his group to take care of to even worry about us. You know, and I can respect that. I mean.
But then you've got the guy that makes the slip mod. I can't think of Ionis, I think his name is.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Yeah, El Cigart. So with that slip mod, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna get that rolling like Wednesday or Thursday. And like Gisette introduced me to him, I never even saw that mod. And you know, she made a post about it. I put a post up about it. The guy makes them in bulk. And it's just one of those things that's worth it. It's under $200, and you can change the sleeve with a push of a button. And I mean, it's like one of those things that, you know, and the other thing we try to do is bring product in that, you know, people otherwise wouldn't know exists.
Yeah.
You know, this is my job. This is what I do. Like, it's, you know, and Mark, even though he has another job, I think he spends probably more than half his time doing this, right?
Yeah, if not more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
If they knew at work how much time I spent, I probably wouldn't have a job. But.
was trying to get Lynn to message Scott because I wanted to get him to do a group buy on these Taiji mods. Because, like, I have one. I know Gisette in the chat has one. Dude, this is my favorite mod, and I wish you guys could get a group buy on these and get these.
Can you hold it up?
What?
Hold it up. That's pretty cool looking.
And it's like narrowed down, and it's its own proprietary MOSFET. Click 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off, and reverse polarity protection, and a 10-second cutoff. So it's a very cool MOSFET.
Any of it's possible. I mean, a lot of the stuff, if we don't catch it, you know, if you bring it to us, we can pursue it. And a lot of the guys that we haven't dealt with already know of us from dealing with people that they work with and stuff. So a lot of the times we've already got that somewhat of a relationship before we even meet the people.
Some kind of connection.
Yeah, I had passed your information on to Lynn Bear over there, and I know, like Gisette put on there, she can hook you up as well. I was just trying to help you guys out for something a little more high end to get some more mods out there, because honestly, that Taiji is my favorite mod I've ever owned.
Gisette just sent me a picture of. Thank you, Gisette. Gigi. We gotta get used to calling her that. But yeah, we can explore that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of what we do. Like, it doesn't have to be just something we think of. If someone brings something to me or Mark that they think would do well, we'll look into it. And
hey, someone just asked you guys about the tiny volcano, Squonk.
I was gonna.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, Bill knows.
I've talked to Louis about that a bunch of times, and the problem is they don't make enough.
That's what I mean.
I will say that they were at Vegas, or excuse me, he was in Vegas, and he had a couple for sale there. So if you're planning on going,
Phyllis got one, I think.
Yeah, Phyllis got one.
Phyllis got one. Included Leland. What's his name? Trash Shark. Dylan's boy.
Leland Rainier. Yeah.
I had 2 or 3 of them. I think went to people in the groups. But some of those are so you just can't get a lot of them. So you don't. I'm not constantly pursuing them. And like Scott said, people come to us so much, or I see so much activity on something that that's where I get what I'm gonna run from is what people want. It's like you got to watch what everybody wants, and you got to stay in tune with it. And so yeah, that's where I kind of focus on, and it's hard because a lot of these things you really got to pursue these and keep on them, and which I do with a lot of them. But when the difference between something that is going to happen and something where they're just kind of leading you along.
I wish some of them would just say like, yeah, dude, nah, it's not going to happen. I wish they would say that at the beginning.
Yeah. So I totally understand where you guys are coming from, because like buying most of the stuff that I review still, I do the same thing. I'm watching what are people talking about. I need to try to get that thing so that I can review it, because that's what people are talking about.
Right.
And I go through the same kind of shit doing. And I know Steve is the same way, but Steve just likes to try everything that's expensive. So
actually, the funny thing is, I was reading Jay's comment about the Stranger mod. I was really thinking about getting their Squonk mod for review, but I kept looking at it. I'm like, damn, man, I can't believe it's that fucking much money. There ain't no way it's worth that much fucking money. And it looks like, I just think it's, I don't know, too much, and it's just not, I don't like it. There's a limit on price for me. I just feel like, how expensive can something fucking be just to get me to not smoke cigarettes, I mean.
Scott, say it. Jay said, shut your mouth.
What did I say? What did he say?
Probably we were talking about just tell me in the beginning that it won't happen. Probably that.
No, he said, don't say that. I told you I'd square you away on the Jennas. There's nothing I can do to speed it up.
What do you mean? What does he mean, though? Did I ask for Jennas?
Yeah, because earlier you were like Jennas. When he asked, he said, I know something that you guys can't get. And you were like, Jennas?
And then now you just said, "I wish."
No, I wasn't saying it like that. I thought that's what he was looking for me to say.
I love my fucking Jenna.
I got one on the way, so
he said he's good for his word, and I trust that because he's bald, and so am I. So,
dude, Jay, can we do a group buy on Janice?
Oh, look at Scott. He's working it even with the chat.
Jesus.
Fuck.
What I do?
Always
What I
working.
do?
He said he got you on 20 of them.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He said, I got you on 20, Scott.
All right. I can roll with that.
What about, like, maybe a nice little Fuchai group buy?
Oh, fuck
All right,
you, Steve.
that's enough of that. That's enough of
Can we cut
that.
him off?
The joke's dead. Yeah, let me shut his fucking Zoom off. Let me.
What about that fucking laser thing I just saw you review, dude?
Laser?
Yeah, what the fuck was that Eric had?
That I had.
Yeah, where you raged at the beginning.
Oh, the Foosh? Fuck. That thing was, I will admit, it was better than I expected, but it's still, I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't for review.
We'll give everybody a free
Vegas.
Hey, Jay, a little or a lot, man, it doesn't matter to me, dude. A few, a lot, doesn't matter. Just offering them to the group is what we really enjoy. Like, just to show the variety we can get. So, that's it. Ty is in the house.
Steven Camaro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He just showed up. He must have been cooking the whole time.
Oh my God,
That
Steve!
motherfucker's always cooking something.
Always, dude. I got more pictures of Steve's grill than I do like hand checks from him.
Hey, man.
It's always good looking shit too.
Yeah,
He's Hawaiian.
He is a lot, yeah.
you know how to cook.
Oh, shit.
They can make so much shit out of Spam.
Yeah,
Like,
my son's mom is Hawaiian, and so my son's Hawaiian. His middle name is Hawaiian. Aikane.
I thought you were about to say his middle name was Spam.
Spam and pineapple, yeah.
Steve made a good joke for once.
Round of applause, please.
Somebody
Or golf clap.
somebody get this man a Fuchai.
Hey, man, a golf clap or a round of applause is cool with me.
You got mine.
Well, yeah, I mean, we really haven't, I don't know, we haven't talked about too much, just because we've been gearing up for the show. Usually we're throwing more stuff around and talking to more people and trying to get stuff going, but we're really focused on, this next 30 days of just making sure the show goes the way we want it to. And
it will.
Get more people in, get more people into the group, people that don't know about it, and make something out of it,
That's the goal. That's
and
the goal.
Then we'll go back on our fucking hounding people like Jay trying to get everything.
Exactly.
I'll be honest with you. The only thing I'd change in Squonk America is I think you guys need to be a little stricter on those people who don't fucking pay right away.
Who what?
We don't
Those
pay.
people who don't pay right away. I think you guys should, start booting people. It's not like the group's not big enough to support it.
Oh, believe me, when it's somebody that is a habitual offender, it happens. We don't make it a public thing. We don't ask them. But me and Scott throw it back and forth. Like, what do you think? Yep, he's done it to me a bunch of times, and we'll just get rid of him. I mean, it's safer for everybody that way. But
see, because Bill, you got to look at it two ways. Like, we always, yes, it's annoying for the people who do pay on time, and kudos to them. But at the same time, if it's somebody who, if we have a payment up, like on a Tuesday and it's due on Thursday, if they say to me, hey, dude, would you mind if I paid Friday? I get paid. I can't say no to that.
No, absolutely. I've done it to you myself. I'm totally, I understand that. At least I noticed, like, what we were talking about, like the vape mats. No offense. I saw you mention a couple people like 3 times. Like, that's a little ridiculous. And all it is a vape mat.
And those people hear from us privately.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I mean,
Mark was saying. Like,
Yeah,
these
yeah,
people
I don't
are
have
gonna
that
pay
hang-
you.
outside, so that's why I was making that comment.
Yeah, it'll be a message like, "Hey, dude, you know what? This isn't cool. Like, people are waiting for these things. I don't know you, so I'm not taking you for your word that you're gonna pay me.
Yeah,
So I'm waiting on you." But I mean, a lot of the time, if it's somebody who we consistently see on lists or making posts or participating in things like that, it's we let it slide and we accommodate.
a lot of the times, once I have about 75% or over, I place the order anyway.
Me too.
Just it speeds it up, and the 75% usually comes in fast. There's always 75% of the people that are right on the ball, and they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a couple of people each time. It's always 90% of the time it's somebody different, but and they're just like, something happened. Something happens, and that's another beauty of the group, is that you can't do that on fucking 8sig or whatever site you're buying from. You can't say, hey, can you hold that for me till Friday?
There is,
yeah, that's true.
The only actual shop I know who does that is actually Jay. He does the whole payment plan thing. He'll send people their device without, they'll make payment plans. He uses some website.
I think that's an admirable thing that they do. See, coming from a general member point of view, it seems annoying that they're mentioning these people. I don't see it from the other side. So, for you guys to say that, that's huge and magnanimous of you.
So, Scott, how many times, like, just to put another perspective on this, how many times have you had to tag me before I paid?
Tagging though is different though. So it's almost impossible to watch your PayPal or Square or whatever when you're running lists like this. We got 3 or 4 or 5 lists that are closing. I'm running Waffles. I got a website, so I have payments coming in constantly. So it's almost impossible for me to watch every single payment and make sure that people come in. So that's where the payment post comes into play. And that's why I tell people, even if you just write paid, I trust almost everybody in the group. I mean, there's going to be a few people that I just don't trust. But for the most part, I trust everybody. If you write paid, and then when we tag you, we're not necessarily tagging you to call you out. It's to tag you to either remind
for us.
Yeah.
It's either to remind you, or it gives me a list of, I'm watching for these next 6 payments. So then I can watch that post and make sure those next 6 come in within the next couple days. And people get pissed off sometimes. They're like, oh, you tagged me and I hate being the last one. I don't care who's the last one. As long as all the payments come in, that's all that matters. And I'm not tagging anybody to call them out or anything. And that's why we don't ever say anything publicly like that. It's all just for us to keep track of and make things more efficient. Because if I was sifting through my PayPal payments, I would be spending weeks on that, trying to make sure that I had every single payment from every single list. And it doesn't work like that. The post is, and the tagging is just for us to keep track. That's all.
Yeah. My point with that was more just that, like, I needed that. And since I've become an admin, I'm checking the page more than once a day. But before, I'd check it like once a day. The next day I'd check it unless I got tagged. So until I started doing moderating, I wasn't checking it more than once a day. So the tags had to happen because I wasn't looking at the payments are due post thing. You know what
I mean? Throw Facebook into the equation too. Facebook, how many times do they switch something up? They do an update or whatever, and then people aren't getting their notifications and whatever. So
That's
even if
a lot lately,
and people aren't getting it, then the only way that they're going to get it is if you tag them. If somebody's not answering a tag at all and they don't say anything, that's when the trouble comes in. When we message them, or
if they're non-responsive, that's when the trouble starts.
You know what I mean? Because I'd rather have somebody say, hey, I fucked up. My wife, spent all this money and I don't have the money to pay a list until Friday. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But just say, that's all I want to hear.
My favorite
Yeah,
thing.
if I'm on a list, honestly, I mean, like me myself, I'm in clinic 4 to 8 hours straight. You know, so I'm not allowed to be holding my phone or looking at my phone. So if I get a smoke break, I'll duck out. I'll vape. I always check, and it's not, you know, sounding like an ass kisser, but I always check Squonk America because I don't know when a list is going to pop up. I don't know if I'm going to miss out on something. So I'll just check them just to scroll through real quick and then, you know, go back to my day. So, I mean, if you tag me, I'll find it eventually.
Mr. Philip Vapes. Generally, we do put all of the open lists in the announcements tab.
Yep.
Yep. Every time.
Generally.
Yep.
We might miss one or two sometimes. We might not if we have like something that we're trying to like headline.
A lot of times Scott keeps them up there like 3 weeks after they're fucking closed too. So
you know, something
Is that because he's being nicer? Is that because he's being nice or just forgets to take it down?
No comment.
Mark's an asshole.
Like you
No
said,
comment.
old age is a bitch.
No comment.
Hey, I'm kind of excited for something that I did buy from Squonk America. It is the Limelight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got one too.
They're almost done.
I got one
Almost
too.
done. The reason the delay is that Dehan got a bad batch of the triggers that he wasn't going to use, so he had to get them all remade. So that was a little hiccup along the way. And one of his machinists, I think, they let go. So that coupled with the triggers, it just kind of slowed things up. But you never worry about Limelight or anything they do. Like the good thing about the 50/50s is they're all made already. They just have to be assembled real quick and shipped off. So it won't be a long wait on those things at all. And those lists will be like continuous. Those will be like almost like a bi-monthly thing probably.
Yeah, I missed out on that one.
The best thing about them is they take some time. Like when I'd order lots of, 10 free hands or whatever made out of Moondrop or whatever, it took a little bit of time to get them to me, but they didn't just rush them. You know what I mean? They don't just do a shitty product. They're messaging me like, hey, we had a problem with this, so we're trying to do this to make it look better. You know what I mean? It's going to take
constant communication.
But you also got the other people like me on the paycheck to paycheck. Like there's a fine line from when you guys do your list to where you guys want the payments, because you might do the list and I might have an extra $150 in my pocket and say, hey, I'll take one. And then by the time you look for payments, life got in the way. I spent some of that money and it's like shit.
And you know what? We get this a lot too, and we've got it a lot lately, in fact, is people will sign up for a list and then write to Mark or myself, whoever's list it is, or if we're running it together, hey man, can I pay right now? And the answer is no. Like we treat this as a legit business, like from financials to just keeping everything organized. So if we're not ready to take a payment, it's not logged where we need it to be when at the end of the year when Uncle Sam comes knocking, we don't have it. So that's the reason we don't accept that. And there are extreme circumstances, like let's say somebody's like, being deployed or something like that, something that we have to accommodate. We'll make an exception, but only in an extreme circumstance.
Hey, so I know I said this before, but you said they're going to be making a 21700 Limelight too?
Yeah, they're ready. They're ready.
Damn, I'm gonna have to buy a second one.
They made the regular.
Yeah, I already saw a couple of people with those 3F vape clones in the buy-sell trade groups.
Say that again.
I saw one pop up, the clone Limelights. Did you see those on 3F vape? What?
In Squonk America?
No, not in you guys. It was one of the cheap ones.
Oh, okay. Because we try to regulate that too, because we get a lot of every now and again. Mark, do you get messages from people? Hey man, this is like shady as fuck.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I get those
all the time. And we can't watch all that, but I know a lot of the names. So before they even get into the group, I'm chopping them. I don't even question it. If they don't answer the questions, just out of respect for having the questions, you know, I won't let them in. And then a lot of times you'll just see yes, 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 and you know that it's bullshit. Or,
yeah. Do you approve ones that that people invite?
Depends on who the person is.
Yep, me too. Me too.
It's only if I know the person, yes. If not, then I wait until the answer or questions are answered.
And let's also say this publicly, like if you make a post and it's not approved, it's not anything against you. We can only have so many hand checks in a given amount of time. And
yeah.
Sometimes it gets asked. Sometimes we look in there. There's like 12 pending posts, like 9 hand checks. I'm like, you know, and it's nothing against who we didn't do it. I'm sure tomorrow you'll get in. We just can't, for the flow of the page, we can't have all of it.
I'm sure that would back shit up, man.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe, like, we got a new guy that just joined, and I mean, this guy posts a picture every fucking 20 minutes, which is fine. You know what I mean? But like,
the cloud man.
You guys know. I'm not gonna say who, but I noticed today. I'm like for those of you who don't know, I'm a sports nut as well as a vape nut. There's a former NFL player that posted a hand check today.
Patrick.
Yeah. Okay, you did know.
It's all right. I know. I'm tight with Patrick.
But he played for the Seahawks. I mean, I'm a Broncos fan because I grew up in Colorado, but and I like the Mariners here, but
played for the Broncos too, I believe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That's how I know he is, because he played for both. You know, I like the Seahawks, but if they play my Broncos, then it's.
He just had back surgery, so shout out to you, Patrick. Hope you're feeling good, buddy.
Wait, who is it?
Huh?
Who is it? Which athlete is it?
Patrick Chukwara.
I don't know.
The defensive end. He played for the Seahawks, the Broncos, a couple other teams. He played college football at Wyoming, which coincidentally I lived in Wyoming too, which is why I knew that. But
he's a good dude, Patrick.
The only sport I ever really watch is underwater dodgeball. That's about it.
Another thing I've been liking is seeing that member requests come, and they're like, you know, they say they heard it from me. I like seeing that.
Yeah, we've been trying to do that probably 5 or 6.
Some of the shit that people write, though, I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I didn't know like they would get us from there.
Yeah.
You know. So that's pretty cool. I like some people say Reddit. I like that, seeing that.
Yep, I see that a lot.
Yep. So yeah, it's nice. I mean, listen, we try and do the best we can. We just want to make it grow. That's all we want to do. We live and breathe this group, and I mean, it's my fucking income. So I mean,
well, I'm sure if you go back to some of my oldest videos, you'll see Squonk America mentioned.
No, you usually post all your videos in Squonktopus.
I post them. I try to post them everywhere, man.
All right.
Steve, that means you're allowed to post them there. That's what he just told you. So take that as a good thing.
I've posted a good bit. Everything I usually buy from you guys, I usually post it up in your group.
No, you do. I'm just playing with you. But this could easily turn into a shit talking session. So let's.
Hey, you know what's funny, Scott? Mark missed the Allen episode.
No.
What?
No, Mark was around for that.
No, but he wasn't in the. I don't think he was in the conversation, was he?
What are we talking about?
Alan Orphan Richter.
Oh, that dude's awesome.
He disappeared.
I could have gone the rest of the year without hearing that name again.
Listen, he took it well. You know, he got that big $1,500 payout
that we fixed.
That's actually how I started, like, really talking to Scott. Was I saw what you guys did after that, and I thought it was so admirable that I was like, dude, I want you to. It'd be really cool if you came on and talked about that, because I had a lot of respect for what you guys did.
Wait, does that guy still have a group?
No.
He's not even on Facebook anymore, and I'm taking at least 80% credit for that.
Yeah, I remember when all that shit happened, man.
You are. You guys stepped up big time.
He was a disaster waiting to happen from the very start.
I even pitched him for that one. That was shitty.
He fooled everybody for so long.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought it was. I saw it coming for a long time because he would say somebody broke into his house. They left all of his mods there, but only took the most expensive mod. What the
And that
fuck?
one got stolen
Yeah,
from
but
the baby
then
carriage in
like
the
3
supermarket.
weeks later, that fucker would show up again, though, too.
He was
Yeah,
late,
with a hand check.
he was late mailing me something, and he was like, dude, I tried. I had both my kids with me, and all I have is a bike, and I was trying to ride down to the post office, and I just
My
couldn't do
father's
it.
in the hospital again.
Yeah, but see, that was a script. Like, he told everybody the same bullshit.
He tried telling me some shit like that when we've talked about it before, but when the B2K was huge, he had a group buy and I bought it, and I swear it took forever, and I messaged him about it, and he's like, man, I'm in the hospital, my arm fell off, and I'm like, dude, come on, man. Jesus Christ.
What's sad, though, is it's very obvious that guy was not sober anymore, that he had fallen back, and in a way,
And my heart goes out to him for that.
right, for that only, though.
But he's still a douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where it started for me, where
I've
it
said it
started for me
before,
with
though.
Alan was when he did the Mod Dog group buy in October of 2017.
Yep, I remember that.
He charged when the shipment arrived to him. He made a long comment that the Mod Dog people are assholes. They declared full value on the customs documentation, and it's a law in Italy that they have to do that.
Yeah, it was the whore.
They have to. And he's going on and on and on. He asks people for $2 to $3 more for everybody who got on the list so he can pay the customs tax. And I know 2 people that gave him a combined $60, right? And he probably got, I'd say, between $200 and $300 from everybody. So then I did a little investigating on myself because I didn't like that at all. So I called a bunch of friends of mine at DHL because I worked there for 15 years, and I got a copy of the customs invoice.
See you later, Giuseppe.
$46.
So wait, he was just taxing people then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, yeah. He played everybody.
He was probably sure. He probably spent the money on something, some of the money.
Of course he
and
did.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
How big of with that extra money, how big of a rock do you think he bought? Being honest, come on.
Well, like I said, I only had one transaction
Don't hold back,
with him.
Bill.
I don't think that dude's got an ounce of class in him.
Here's my problem. I can understand if you have an addiction problem, all right, I can understand a snap judgment. But he ran a full fucking group buy, let it run for over a week. He planned that shit. That was not spontaneous, hey, I'm just going to do this and run off and do drugs. I understand that. I can even understand that mentality from the background of the jobs that I've had in my life. You know what I've done in my past. But for you to slow burn over a week, that group buy and screw everybody that took planning. That was not a spontaneous decision. That was a step from day one.
I disagree on that one. I've always thought it was because you know what? And I've said this to Scott before, that as shitty as he was at the end there, he was a decent group buy page guy. Like he did do well. He did the same shit that we do, he was doing.
He was doing it, but he was doing the good in order to cover up or mask the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he probably had, he was probably back paying shit. You know what I mean? Like, he probably already had debt, so he was using his next list to cover that debt. And then, then it finally will catch up to you. He got to the point where, that $1,500 was more worth it to him than being ever seen on Facebook again, apparently. But
if you keep robbing Paul to pay Peter, eventually Paul's going to shoot you in the fucking face. So
yeah, and I mean, he couldn't afford to do, to catch back up. And what are you going to do at that point but fucking duck and run?
Did anybody ever get paid back?
No.
Jesus.
Well, not officially, but Mark and Scott.
I remember they helped out. I remember that was very noble.
Well, we got everybody the RDAs, and then we got people who didn't want the RDAs their money back. we didn't pay out of our pockets. I mean, we did what we had to do and scraped up, to waffle, whatever it was. I think I did donate a couple mods actually. And then we just ran a waffle and got enough money to, get where we needed to get and help everybody out. But
yeah, you did donate it. I think it was a bolt or something like that.
Yeah, it was a bolt.
Yeah.
But I mean, that, it is what it is. I've taken but that's the thing though, we're not backtracking. I think that's where he was stuck at. I think he was trying to make up for shit that he had already fucked up in the past. And if you're using and shit along with that, you're never going to get out of that hole.
Dude, and I know that same, I was hustling pills to feed my addiction and same shit. I would get a front from one person, fucking smoke half of that up, freebasing the shit, and then have to get another front, sell all that off and pay the other person back, then have to get the next, and it becomes a vicious cycle. Next thing you know, there's 10 dudes bigger than you knocking on your door, rushing, eventually kicking in your door, which have had happen, run into your house and throw you across the fucking room. I'm not a big guy.
The reason I disagree with you, Bill, is I don't think he was smart enough to say, this is what I'm going to do, and sat down and mapped it out. This is the money that I'm going to take this week. I think he just got caught up, lost control of it, and finally said, fucking, they got me.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
They've been doing it long enough.
I agree with you on that point. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. That's I didn't look at it that way, but yeah, I mean, I think he was basically trying to bail out his boat with a shot glass. It wasn't
for sure.
Down.
I think we all agree he's a douche. So
yeah, I mean, whatever. Hopefully he's doing good and whatever. Like, but this isn't the place for him. You know how many times I've told people, if you're pondering it, then don't do it.
Right.
People would message me like, "What do you think?" I don't know. I'm gonna buy this, but he's acting weird about it. It's like, then don't fucking do it.
I had that today, dude. In fact.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I was selling some of my stuff, and one of the guys asked me, he goes, he wanted my Karma RDA, and he goes, "You're not going to screw me on this, are you?" And I was like, $40? Do you even know how many vape groups I'm in? I'd ruin my name over $40. Are you kidding me?
Who I am?
Hey, I know who you're talking about, Bill, because he bought mine too, and he messaged me back and said, someone just offered me 40. He's a cool guy. I think it's a little weird that he did that though. Yeah. But anyway,
it's not saying that I'm some big name in the community. What I mean is, I'm a member of so many different vape groups that everybody knows me. If I were to screw someone over $40, I'd have Scott messaging me the next day going, "Dude, what the fuck's wrong with you over $40?"
But do they know that?
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, they don't know. They don't know who you are.
Yeah, well, for me, trading, no offense. If I trade with someone, I don't make that trade finalized until I know I can get to the post office either that night or the next day. Right. It's gone in 24 hours. You
know what? I never really traded. I just didn't because I don't really trust it.
I traded one.
I can't afford to buy new mods. I have to trade.
I traded a white peon for a 13 mech to Henrik in Sweden. I think he is. You know Henrik?
I know of.
He got the peon. I never got the 13 mech. He sent it, but the mail lost it.
Yeah. See, I'll sell something, but I'd rather sell it, get the money, and then buy something than.
That's how I feel too, man.
And that's another thing too. This is another reason too why I hate being in vouch threads.
Yeah.
For people I don't know, for people who have bought stuff from me, they're less likely to rip me off than they are you. Like if it's just someone two people, you know what I mean? Like it's just not to like
a million times.
Yeah. Generally, I just leave the chat.
And I'm like, yeah, this guy pays his fucking $20 bill every time, but I can't say that he's not going to rip you off in a trade. I have no idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One thing I hate about selling stuff in general is you got to worry about the dreaded UPS monster. You know what I'm saying? And I worry that because I've sold a couple high-end mods recently.
Yeah.
I don't use them and I worry. Like I try to put as much fucking stuff in there to make sure it won't move, won't get smashed. But I worry that I sell it to someone, it's going to get to them, it's going to be all broken up and smashed and shit. Or
Well,
even
believe it or not, I've done many trades. I have never gotten screwed or attacked by the UPS monster on a trade. Knock wood. I've gotten screwed ordering from a website multiple times though.
So guys, we
didn't show up or it showed up smashed.
We've been doing a great disservice because I don't know what the fuck chat is talking about right now. So Nick Pinkerton said, I remember when Orphan Richter posted his wife's boobies on his feed, and then he said 10% for boobies, 20% for dick pics. And then Tommy Vapors asked, how about fat man boobies? And Fictitious said, dicks are a dime a dozen though. And Mailman Vapes 2 said, does uncircumcised get 25%? What the fuck is going on?
What are you guys talking about?
Eaters get 40%.
Looks like you're wearing a turtleneck sweater.
Yeah, but I remember right before he got busted or dipped out or whatever the fuck happened, but I remember sending Scott a screen pic of he had posted a fucking, it was like a to-go box with a cheeseburger and fries and then a big old fucking dick hanging out of it. And I was like, what is this guy doing? I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I get it. That's funny to, whatever, if you're going to send it to somebody in a private message. But, dude, you're running a business. Like, grow the
He
fuck
didn't
up.
see it that way, though.
Yo, I've been seeing this joke around lately, and Rebuildable Ryan, which by the way, what's up, Ryan, said, I like turtle soup. And somebody commented that on one of my videos recently. What the fuck does that mean? What am I missing?
Yeah, what's turtle soup?
I don't know.
Be a millennial thing.
Must be an uncertain term.
I'm out of the jokes now.
Am I just old, guys? Am I getting old? Fuck, my son still tells me I'm a cool dad. I always take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 31. My son's 13.
Yeah, see, he's not old enough to know any better yet, though.
Give him another year or two. He'll call you an asshole.
He'll learn one day.
He's going to be like, you're such a nerd.
My son's the same age as Steve, though.
Well, hey, I still think you're
Hey,
somewhat
you know
cool,
what?
so you got hope.
Oh, he said,
You know what? The sad part is
classroom.
Steven's old enough to be my son.
Are you using a back scratcher?
Yes, sir.
Him
Are
and
you
Fucking
serious?
what? Goddamn black cat white face got me addicted to my back scratcher.
yeah. Scott Black Cat Whiteface uses a back scratcher during his live streams all the time, and ever since he came on our yeah, we know, and ever since he came on our show doing it, Bill can't stop because he was like, oh, I have one of those, and he did it, and then ever since then he won't stop doing it. So,
Dave.
Shit, the headband's back out.
You know it.
He puts it over his ears so he doesn't lose his train of thought. Man.
so
A
I have
little too much. I'm feeling.
Well, I thought it was covering the receding hairline.
I haven't.
No, that's me. No, that's me, son.
By the way, what the fuck
Baldwin's
is
got
it?
the receding hairline.
Oh, hey, that means Mark, I just realized you got those. They fucking that was stupid.
What happened?
The beanie
I
there.
don't know. Them places do that sometimes. They take the last fucking place that I had sent to and ship everything there.
So I got a whole bunch of Mark's fucking shit sent to me.
He was like, oh, I got this fucking sweet Squonk America beanie and hat. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done that. I've just used the last address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, this isn't vape related. I'm sorry, but what the fuck is a grinder?
Okay.
Grinder, it's that fucking, it's like Tinder, isn't it? And
Yeah.
like, maybe like a gay version of Tinder. I don't fucking know. A friend told me. Okay, a friend told me.
Was that friend Scott? Oh,
You got to bring me into it.
I'm just talking shit.
Is it
It
the
was,
headband?
but I don't know why you had to put two and two together.
Is it the headband?
Oh shit. Oh
No, but
shit.
he is right. I think isn't Grinder like the homosexual version of Tinder.
Sure.
I don't know. It sounds awesome. I know that.
Dude, I had a
Sounds
friend
awesome.
who introduced me to a site called MeWe. That changed. I can't go on that website anymore.
What?
What is it?
MeWe. It is a chat website, but the adult side, the chat and the pictures are not censored. It is scary.
Hey, a lot of
It's
people.
scary, he said.
Is it like America Online used to be with the chat rooms?
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, oh, dude, some of them are sausage parties, some of them are hilarious, but it's, dude.
Whoa, you think sausage parties are hilarious?
No, I said some of them are sausage, some of them are hilarious.
Hey, a lot
Two
of
assholes started.
some people in the chat. They all like Backpage. So, you know.
Hey, they're asking, or Show and Tell Vapes asked how you guys met and how, not in that way, I don't think, but
Grinder. It was Grinder. Dude. I swiped right, man.
Swiped right, and there he was.
Swiped right.
and also how
I don't know.
Squonk-
I don't think there's really any specific story behind it. Squonk America was first started by David Strong in July of 2017. Bill?
Yeah, about that, right? Yeah.
July 2017.
Yeah, there was only,
David doesn't vape
like
anymore.
1,500
What's that?
members. I think there was like 1,500 members back then. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It was low.
Yeah, it grew quickly. The first group buy we ever did was Lucos clone bottles, and David has since left. He changed his whole lifestyle. He's out of the vaping world. But Mark and I met. I mean, we always like talked. I feel like just about this or that.
Yeah, I think we bullshitted on the phone one night about cloaks. I was trying to get cloaks from you.
Yeah. Yes, that was it.
And then maybe the limelights at one point.
We hung out at NVE last year. That's when we first like kind of, you know,
Yep.
I guess hit it off from the aspect of what we do, right?
That Boost Cloak group buy you did, Mark, I still have mine. That's the one mod that's never left my collection. When you guys did that group buy.
Yeah, I think that was Scott. So that was before me because I was running Lego, the waffle page, and that's kind of where I did all my shit. But I was always same thing I do now. I was always hunting for stuff and trying to get stuff that people wanted and whatever was new. And so yeah, I talked to Scott about stuff that he was running on the page or whatever, and then one day he asked me, he was like, "Hey, do you want to run waffles on the page?" And the rest was history after that.
Really, just one thing led to the next, and it's all just worked out like beautifully. Like
and all
Mark
because
and I,
Mark
Mark
swiped
and I,
right.
we have screening matches at each other. Like but that's what a business is. Like if we can't talk to each other and like pros and cons of shit, then it doesn't work. It's got to be. It's usually me talking Mark off the ledge, but it's just I don't know. It just works. It's just I love this man like I love my family.
Well, I guess Grinder really worked, man.
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
it's successful to a degree. Okay.
True.
I wasn't sure if it was Grinder or Christian Mingles. I wasn't sure.
Oh, dude, farmersonly.com,
You
man.
wouldn't have found neither one of us there.
Farmers Only? Is that what it
dude,
was?
Farmers
Have
Only.
you guys ever
Only,
been
man.
on dating sites? Like for real?
I have
Farmers
not.
Only, Mark with the beard.
Not technically. I mean, back in the day, I met. I met some girls through MySpace and Facebook, but it wasn't like yeah.
Anyone like Match.com or anything like that?
Nah, I got a buddy at work. He uses Tinder. I seen him using that shit, swiping all these fucking people. I'm like, dude.
Here's a fun fact. When I was
That's just
like
a
my
fuck
early
site.
20s, I was on J-Date for Jewish girls, Jewish dating. And I never ever listen. I never once went out with a Jewish girl from that site.
Wait,
Never. Not once.
Doing the no swallows.
One girl. Wait. You want to hear a good story? One girl. Here. Let's check this story real quick. So I went out with this girl, and she picks the restaurants in like Times Square, right off of Times Square, and it was like the place just looked expensive. Like
She went right to the wallet.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, Jesus, all right, let's, that's when I was making nothing. I was like early 20s. And so we get in there, we sit down, and real pretty girl, real nice girl. This bitch orders a $200 bottle of white wine.
Real nice girl, this bitch.
$200 bottle of white wine, dude. I did not have money to spend on that. I just didn't. I got up, went to the bathroom, and bounced. Like,
Bounced.
Drink that shit by yourself. See
Damn,
ya.
man, you just
Hey,
I completely scumbag.
I'll give you a laugh.
Guilty as charged.
When I was in the fire department, I used to have the direct line to dispatch, so I'd always have my beeper. I went to a dinner date with a blind date with this one girl. When I saw her, and she resembled Sloth from the Goonies. I turned around, I walked over to the payphone. I was like, I got to make a quick call. I called dispatch. I was like, dude, you need to hit me out on the beeper right now. We said drinks. I was like, my pager starts going off. I was like, I got to fire. I got to go. I ran out the door.
Hey, sloth girls need love too, Bill.
Survival of the fittest.
You know what? I've seen better heads on a mug of beer, man. That was bad.
You're really laying it on tonight, huh?
Yeah, man. She could have had a good personality, man.
In the words of Rodney Dangerfield, the last time I saw a face like that, it had a hook in it.
Violent and blunt.
Jesus. Woo.
Fucked up old fish face.
So some comments on the topic. Mailman Vape said plenty of fish is where the girls are less than average. It's my spot with this kind of hand.
Now, Sam Ballack, who the fuck orders a $200 bottle of wine on a JD?
And then Philly Vape said, yes, I take my coat to the bathroom all the time. Shut up.
It happens. It just happens.
Down the beer real fast and head out.
Wait, show and tell Vapes. Yo, Philly Vapes, remember when we went to meet that girl downtown Center City and we ditched her down there?
Good times.
We're looking like such assholes.
That's a story.
Well, I guess everybody has a story like that then, huh?
Oh,
Everybody
man.
does. Everybody.
On that note, Mark has to wake up in 4 hours.
Yes, I do.
Hey, I'm gonna call it right now then. But I think that if you guys would like to do a send off, one of you guys could start. Either one of you guys,
Mark will do it. He's prettier than me tonight.
What's the send off? I've never been on the show. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Figure
about.
it out, dickhead. Come on.
You just kind of say what's going on right now in your life, or what's coming up, or what's cool, or what's not cool, or
It's
if
the
you know
same.
someone.
It's the same thing as a confessional booth, Mark. You just
Sure.
Free advertising.
I'll start off. All right. NVE. That is what we're focused on right now. I hope all you guys, anybody watching now or watches in the future, I hope you decide to come out, see us, hang out. We're there to provide you guys things that you may not know even exist. And we love meeting everybody. We love talking to everybody. It'll be a real kind of interactive booth, ton of good stuff. And I hope to see you guys there.
your turn, Mark.
All right, I'll say the same thing. We're gonna have fucking juice testers. We got shit to give away. We got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet a lot of the faces that we don't get to see. You guys get to see me a lot because I'm doing waffle videos and shit, but I don't get to see people. So don't be afraid to come up and say what's up. Let me know who you are online so that I know who I'm talking to. Because I'll
make sure your entry tag is facing us.
give me a face, with all these names that I see and talk to every fucking day.
A lot of hugging it out.
You know what? Bring a marker, and for everybody entering, because this is one of the things I said they should have done at Vegas, is bring a marker, and they got to put your real name under there. You should put your Facebook name, whatever you use, right underneath it.
How about this? I got one. Mark, would you approve this since you're the guy with most of the stuff? Anybody who's at the show, come see us, give us your name. We'll put it in a randomizer and we'll give something away with it.
Yeah, that's fucking, why not? Hell yeah.
Yeah. So just give us your name, pull it on a piece. We could have a little jar or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Business card raffle.
Yeah, like a little. Yeah, exactly. Like, give us your names. You came to us. You came, said hi, shook our hands, and we'll give something away with all the names that do that.
Yeah, there you go. It said it. We're going to give away Scott's headband.
You guys know that Scott's excited if he's trying to give something away.
I said you're going to give it away, though. I said you're going to give it away, though.
All right, whatever.
I'll autograph the headband, and we'll give it away.
There you go.
Oh, fuck. You couldn't give that to me then.
You and your Mariners hat.
So, yeah.
I can't wear it. It'll mess up my hair.
He's right, though. That's the focus. I mean, that's what we're working on. So once that's over, it'll be back full swing in the group. But
we're also bringing some heat in the group, too, during.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Yep.
Yeah. We're still group buys are still happening. Waffles are still happening. It just might be died down a little bit in the next, few weeks while we gear up and really get ready.
And just so you know, next year, Scott, I have a bonus for you. I spoke to my next door neighbor who has that bed and breakfast, the Airbnb next to me. He said, message me with whoever's going to take charge of renting the place, and he will actually reserve it for you guys. You're going to get.
We don't have to stay at the circus anymore.
Yeah, you'll be here, and actually, I'm going to take the time off, so I don't mind. I'll taxi you guys back and forth if you need it.
Bill was the man with that stuff. I miss those wings too. What's the name of that place we went to?
Yeah.
PTs.
PTs. Good wings.
Yeah, they make good food. So we'll definitely hit PTs again.
Fantastic. Who's up next?
Bill usually goes next.
All right. You all know where you can find me, Cooper's Vaping View, which I'm not going to ask for subscribers because no one else has subscribed in a while, so I'm not stressing it. My main thing is
Bill, that's very pessimistic.
What?
It's very pessimistic.
No, not pessimistic. That's realistic. Take care of my boys Eric and Steve. They're the main men when it comes to putting out content. Make sure you guys stick with Squonk America if you're not already a member. If you're just in chat because you know who we are, get into Squonk America. Definitely take advantage of the stuff they have to offer. There's always good shit. So pass it on to Eric.
Yeah, Steve goes last. Anyway.
Something I've come accustomed to over the past couple months.
So speaking of Squonk America, over on the Phoenix Vapor channel, if you didn't know, we're collaborating with Squonk America, and there's a video up right now that's funny as shit, and I'm pretty proud of it. And you can see in there some of the cool stuff they'll have at NVE. I'll probably be at their booth a shit ton of the time as well if you want to stop by and say hi. Don't listen to Bill. Go subscribe to his channel anyway, even if he wants to be a pessimistic asshole sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got good content. Man. He just doesn't, he doesn't have the time like I do. Like, it's my job is at a vape shop, so I get to make videos. He doesn't have
a good internet connection.
And Steve has
not that much. I did pretty good today.
And Steve has no life, and that's how he gets to make the videos.
Hey, I'll off my back scratcher if it gets me another 500 subs.
But yeah, and go into Squonk America. Yeah, if you haven't done that shit already, I don't know what the fuck you've been doing with your life. But
come hang with us.
Otherwise, make sure you subscribe to me too. All of us have this little thing underneath us. All the YouTube guys do that tells you where to go. So yeah, and Squonk America is facebook.com/groups/USSQNK. Did I get it?
No.
No. Fuck!
No,
damn it!
Nice try.
What?
I said, hold on, I'll look right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, if you guys didn't
kudos to you for knowing that.
Yeah.
It's USSQGB.
There we go.
Sounds about right.
And now, since it's 8:07, I will pass it to Steve.
Well, all right. At 11:07, I would like to say thank you to both of our guests. You guys do a great service for the vape community in bringing good products, bringing reliable service, in that you guys are honest about it. You do a great job at it, I would have to say. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah, you guys are welcome anytime on the show. And Mark, I know you didn't know what the ending thing was, but that's okay. There's time to learn. But yeah, also, I think you guys in the audience should hit that like button. I know I never say that, but someone down thumbed us. That's cool too. But
Oh, fuck
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Fuck them. You want to down
Find 'em,
thumb me,
man.
motherfucker?
Can you see who it is?
I can't see, man. There's
No,
always one person on my videos, always, that it has to be someone subscribed because they know my videos are out.
Somebody from Grindr,
Ban them
dude.
right now.
Someone from Grindr's out here because I denied them. But yeah, I do thank everyone in the chat, and thank you to Bill, and you should subscribe to his pessimistic ass, and also Eric for being he puts everything together with the video and the back part of the show. So I thank you. And if you're not subscribed to me or anyone else on the panel, you should probably go do that. So yeah, thanks guys. At 11:07.
It's
And thanks for
8:08.
everybody. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us.
It was fun. By the way, Steve, I'd swipe right on you. It's 8:08. Bye.
11:10.